The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring, accompanied to the ring by Tully Blanchard from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. He is the self-proclaimed chairman of AEW, Shawn Spears.
Well, Taz, Tully Blanchard has launched the search for Spears to find Shawn Spears, a tag team partner, somebody that will shatter the earth here in AEW. Is Robert Anthony that individual?
We shall see. We're going to find out right here.
And his tag team partner from Joliet, Illinois, Robert Ego Anthony.
Ego.
Yeah, Robert Anthony used to, he's got 20 years of in-ring experience. He's wrestled around the globe, and he was one of the first entrants that caught Tully Blanchard's eye in the search for Spears.
Which is, I got to give Spears and obviously Tully Blanchard a lot of credit. I mean, giving a massive opportunity to this young man here, who's got experience, obviously. Speaking of experience and legitimacy, here we go.
And their opponents from Southern California, representing SCU, Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, the most experienced unit within SCU. The Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, and Kazarian have teamed together for over 15 years.
Yeah, I know both of these men for a very long time. I consider them good friends, and they are just qualified, top-notch AEW stars, pro wrestlers. I mean, top-tier international stars. So, look, Shawn Spears to me is a tremendous athlete, a tremendous, tremendous star. But let's see with this Robert Anthony, if they work as a cohesive unit, maybe. It's not a good sign when they don't come out together, right? So if you think about that, Anthony and Spears, right? Well, I guess not.
No. Not. Oh,
let me show you what I got.
Robert Anthony saying he's going to show Spears what he's got.
Said it took him 20 years to get here. So.
And now Spears giving him the chance. Robert Anthony, Robert Ego Anthony, starting off with Frankie Kazarian, collar and elbow tie-up, center of the ring.
Well, that lockup, that tie-up shows you a lot right there, and trying to break that grip on that 2-on-1 into a complete arm wringer shows this guy right away. You can see he knows what he's doing from just jump.
And we see
Tully, man.
Yeah, Tully recording the match, making some notes in his search, and now Robert Anthony with the advantage. He's got the arm of Kazarian isolated. Kazarian makes his way back up to his feet. I think he was thinking tag there, but Anthony dragged him towards center. Kazarian escapes, backs Anthony into the ropes, sends him in. Deep arm drag by Frankie Kazarian. A second one, and Kazarian hangs on.
See the knee, look at the knee of Kazarian in the back of the head, neck area, controlling Robert Anthony's body, not just barring the arm, but controlling that head. But and this young man, Robert Anthony, realized that. He swiveled his hip and got to a vertical base real quick to avoid that.
But Anthony dragging Kazarian out of the corner, but Kazarian hangs on. That's that tight grip, Taz.
Yep, that's it. It's all hand strength. As you know, Excalibur, you got to have strong fingers, strong wrists, strong hands to be a top-tier pro wrestler. And obviously, Kazarian had that. But hey, Robert Anthony got out of the armbar.
But Kazarian immediately escaping when he sensed danger, getting back towards friendlier waters, shall we say. The opposite side of the ring, the corner, the far corner, across. Now, Spears charges in. Kazarian answers with an arm drag.
Yeah, Spears was reading the riot act, kind of telling Robert Anthony, watch how it's done, and stay in that corner. And then he got arm dragged, meaning Spears.
And Kazarian tags out to Christopher Daniels, who comes in with that point of his elbow, driven in to the arm of Shawn Spears, and a leg lariat. Takes the chairman off his feet. Lateral press. Barely even a 1 count.
Quick, tight cover, though.
That is the ring generalship.
That's right.
Of Christopher Daniels. With Spears,
man, he brings the physicality. Every time you watch this man compete, he is a physical son of a gun, man. He really is.
Textbook scoop and slam stomp to the face.
Good job right there, right across the jaw and cheekbone area.
And we've spoke before previously about how Shawn Spears has ratcheted up the aggression since coming under the tutelage of Tully Blanchard.
Kazarian tagged himself in here. I don't think Spears is realizing this, that Kazarian's legal. Watch out.
Oh, Kazarian comes over the top of the leg lariat. Robert Anthony eats the Manhattan drop. And then driven in face first to the knee of Daniels. Daniels with the STO. And now Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian with Shawn Spears isolated in the ring. Just heated shots by SCU. Cover. 1, 2.
You could just see the chemistry at Excalibur between Kazarian and Daniels, how smooth, like all the years and the matches all over the world. It just jumps out where Robert Anthony and Shawn Spears is the first time that they're ever tagging. So it's you know, teaming up.
And the story between Christopher Daniels and SCU and Dark Order and the Exalted One, we found out the identity, the long-awaited identity of the Exalted One. It was none other than Brody Lee, who was pulling the strings behind the Dark Order, and they put a lot of punishment on SCU on Dynamite last week.
Oh, they sure did, and you know SCU's pissed about it. Look at the cover.
Cover by Kazarian, only gets a 2 count. But yeah, they're licking their wounds. They are undoubtedly looking for revenge. Would love nothing other than to make an example out of Shawn Spears.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right now they got to stay focused on Spears. They got him on the rope. Wow, look at Robert Anthony pulled Kaz out of the ring there.
And slammed him into the barricade. Beautiful spine buster there by Shawn Spears.
Tell you what, that Robert Anthony made this happen by him breaking up that double team potential maneuver with Kazarian and Daniels, and it left an opening for Spears to do what he just did.
And I think Tully Blanchard very pleased with what he's seeing on the outside by Robert Anthony.
Oh, this southpaw's aggressive. He's throwing those heavy lefts right there.
Continued shots by Anthony as he gets up and grabs the tag rope like he was there the entire time.
He's a pro, man. You can just tell he's a pro. You know, even if someone has a plethora, a lot of years of matches under their belt, but where were the matches? Who are they against? What promotion? What type of legitimacy? This guy, you can tell he's been around the block a few times.
As he turns Daniels inside out into a cover, only a 2 count once again. Anthony, though, looking impressive. He knows there's a lot of pressure on him in this match, not just to pick up a victory in his AEW debut, but to impress Tully Blanchard. We've seen Tully and Spears be very, very discerning, shall we say.
Yeah.
In the past, in fact, even walking out on Brandon Cutler.
That might be happening right now. I just won't get out of the ring. I thought Spears was leaving again. I'm like, he's leaving now. But you're right, on Cutler, yeah, for sure. Oh, watch this.
The spine of Daniels driven into that ring apron, and Spears dumping him out to the floor.
The guardrail was bent up.
And Shawn Spears having a lot of fun at the expense of the fallen angel. Could be underestimating Christopher Daniels here.
Yeah. I get the comedy deal. I get that. You just got to be careful. You're tagging up with someone you've never worked with before against a legitimate high-level team. Who's a legitimate tag team who's 9-5 overall in tagging up here in AEW.
And if you're Robert Anthony, that confidence by Spears has got to boost your confidence as well. If Shawn Spears feels like things are going well.
Oh, you see what just happened there? Robert Anthony was trying to get the tag, and Spears was chatting it up with Tully Blanchard.
But Anthony catches Daniels in the scoop and the slam, a second one. And now looking for the trifecta. Anthony covers, hooks the leg, 1, 2.
Well, you get that many body slams in a row with that amount of intensity that we saw Anthony do. I mean, it could definitely disorientate your brain a little bit there. Wasn't enough to get a win, but still wear down Daniels for sure.
And we see Anthony keeping things very grounded, really putting the pressure on Christopher Daniels.
Good grip, both those forearms across, like making a V across the man's upper back and his upper chest with a good, grip. Good job by Robert Anthony with that rear chin.
And he maneuvered Daniels over to the friendly corner, or to Robert Anthony's friendly corner.
Yeah, right.
Into the waiting arms of Shawn Spears.
And mocking, saying, SCU.
Spears, inside cradle by Daniels, 1, 2. 2 count. Spears pulls him back, went for the full Nelson. Daniels counters, 1, 2. 2 count again.
Watch out. Whoa.
Daniels ducks under, flattens Spears, and now has a window of opportunity if he can make the tag.
Yeah, got to get over there, got to get Kazarian in. If Daniels can get to that, get there. And it's not happening.
Robert Anthony makes the tag from Shawn Spears. but Daniels ducks under the clothesline. Attempt, Kazarian tags in. Ducks under the shot, now Kazarian coming in big intensity from Frankie. The shotgun dropkick takes Spears down, the rolling soul button, knee lift. Lariat combination by Kazarian.
Great job.
2, no.
Robert Anthony showing a lot of toughness on that kick out because Kazarian was peppering him left and right.
Yeah, an aggressive series of shots by Frankie Kazarian, but Robert Anthony, his head's still in the game. Swing and a miss there. Anthony, puts on the brakes. Kazarian rolls him up. 1, 2. Kazarian lays in a shot, knocks Spears off the apron. Kazarian picks up Anthony, hits the middle rope.
Leg drops.
Dropped like a guillotine from the sky. 1, 2, no. Spears hit his own partner there.
Yeah, Spears just a tad over aggressive, trying to make the save for his partner. For Robert Anthony, we got hung up.
Spears hung up in the ropes, and Kazarian, he's got Spears. Guillotine again, this time catching Spears between the leg of Kazarian and that middle rope.
Just Kaz and Robert Anthony now in the middle of the ring, and Kazarian is in complete control with those shots.
Laying in some big rights is Frankie Kazarian, but Anthony, he's got Kazarian up on the shoulders.
He's doing it.
He's got him hooked in, the fireman's carry. Look at that, the rolling Death Valley driver. 1, 2, no, Kazarian able to kick out.
Could you imagine that? If he would have got the win on that, Robert Anthony, what an upset that would have been. And you would have to think Tully Blanchard would say to Spears, this is our guy.
Definitely, and Robert Anthony using a modified version of Shawn Spears' finisher, that C4, into a rolling Death Valley driver. Now the double suplex attempt.
Daniels save Kazarian.
And Kazarian and Daniels now laying in right-handed shots to the opposition. Anthony and Spears. And now Spears barking orders. Oof!
Didn't work.
But Anthony, man!
Lines for everybody. Now Spears in control of Kazarian.
He's got Kazarian up. He's in that fireman's carry.
Switch right there. Watch out!
No, Anthony hits Spears and he. Beautiful combination there by SCU.
SCU saw that little bit of a second of an opening. They took advantage of Robert Anthony.
And look at what Spears.
Well, it's
Spears bailing out.
It's like we've seen before, like we discussed what happened with Brandon Cutler and whatnot. And Robert Anthony, not wasting time, takes out SCU.
Yeah, double clothesline there. But he just said you screwed up. Spears screwed up twice before that.
Yeah. You got to have a little bit of accountability, Shawn. Let's be honest here. Wow.
I mean, maybe this is their plan. See what this guy could do against better numbers or against worse odds. But right now, looks like SCU. Oh no. Daniels headed up to the middle, to the top. The best Meltzer ever. Cover 1, 2, 3. That is it. SCU picking up the victory.
Here are your winners, SCU.
Well, super impressive by SCU. They took advantage of the opportunity. You can't blame them. I guess, got to give a kind of a weird assist to Shawn Spears for the victory because they left Robert Anthony high and dry. Man, I'll tell you, Robert Anthony looked pretty good for a chunk of this match, Excalibur.
He looked extremely well until this point. That best Meltzer ever, that best moonsault ever pile driver combination from SCU. That spelled the end for Robert Anthony, and I guess the search for Spears will continue.
I'm surprised. I mean, I'll tell you, like I was saying, I would think Tully Blanchard was liking Robert Anthony, but not happening. It seems like that anyway. Left him just thrown him to the wolves in SCU.
And SCU looking very impressive. You have to imagine their search for vengeance against the Dark Order will continue here in All Elite Wrestling. Spears continuing to lay in shots to Robert Anthony, despite Spears being the one that walked out. There's the C4 as he just flattens Robert Anthony.
Come on. Get out of here. That's good, Shawn. Come on.
Spears saying that Anthony is not it.
Yeah, you heard it right there, and I'm sure that directive came directly from Tully Blanchard. Both Blanchard and Spears always on the same page.
The tag team technician, Tully Blanchard, continuing his search.